by Tears for Fears was a huge hit in 1985, and this is a way to play this song on guitar using all the right chords, even though it's a synth heavy song. And it's actually recorded. It's one of those songs from that era that was recorded slightly higher in pitch than your normal tuning. So if you tune up and you go to play with this song on Spotify or Apple Music and you think, wow, it doesn't sound the same, it sounds out of tune, that's why. What you need to do if you want to play along with the song is use your tuner or use your ears by lifting the tuning of your strings, not by much, just by a little. Probably that much. But you can play it by yourself in perfect tuning and it still sounds great. Now, the other thing is the rhythm with this song. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this strumming rhythm as well because it sounds more complicated than it is. We're going to go through all of it. So download your chart and let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do that little harmonic lead melody part that you heard at the beginning as well at the end of this lesson. So the chords we need are pretty simple. D major 7, which is just all those notes across the 2nd fret on the G, B and E strings. Then we do a G add 9. Now the G add 9 is just a G with an A note, which is the 2nd fret of the G string, added to it. Now I'm muffling the A string down here, mainly because this finger's left it to go over to the G string, but also because I think when you add that low A as well as the higher A, the chord loses a bit of clarity. Completely fine to play it like that, but I think it sounds a bit cleaner to muffle that A string with the underside of this finger. So that's what I'm doing. That's your G add 9. We're going D major 7, G add 9. So the tip of that first finger can actually stay on the G string where it is. The strumming is, if you start with this strumming, it's kind of that 6/8 or even 12/8 kind of. So it's kind of got that fast triplet feel, but what you're doing here is, if you can do this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's as fast as you'll need to go. But we don't need to strum every single note like that, otherwise we'd sound kind of manic. But you sort of go down, up, down, up, down. Right? That's the first bit. Once you land on that G, you're doing this down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. You can follow that through all the verses and the intro and wherever you kind of feel it suits. But that's just sort of, to me, that's the kind of basic rhythm that makes this song sound great. Those two chords take you all the way through your verses. So you change on a push. So it's, if you're counting 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and E to get that triplet feel, 1E and 2E and 3E. You stay on the G add 9 for the whole next bar. So it's kind of like on the 2 and. And you can also, if that strumming is a little bit too finicky for you, you can also just go. In fact, that's probably a good place to start because then it's easy, once you're comfortable with that, throw some extra strums in. When it gets through the verse and it's time to change, we go to an E minor 7, followed by, and you can do simple strums here, just F sharp minor 7, G, back to F sharp minor 7, and then in double time it goes E minor 7, F sharp minor 7, G, A, like that or like that, doesn't matter, and then back into the riff. run through that first verse, then the chorus, then it goes back with a DS to do the verse again and run through a chorus. The second time through, you'll see those two different endings to that section on your chart. First time through, you do the section under the little 1 bracket. Second time through, you do the section under the 2 bracket, which is the bridge. Now, this is the bridge where the guitar chords actually are quite high. You'll hear this. There's a room da-da-da, when the world comes tumbling down, when you do, I'll be right. Now, how you do those little bow bow accents on the D and the A, the chords probably sound best still as open chords, because if you're on your own and you're playing this by yourself, you want to keep it full. But on the recording, I think the guitarist is playing higher voicings of those G, D, and A chords. But we're going to stick with just straight up open chords. There's a world where it comes on an up strum. So if you can get them on your up strum, it's probably going to be easier in the long run and feel more natural for you. 2, 3, 4, 1. But you can also do them either way. That's where they sit on the groove. So glad you runs through the chorus again after that. Bit now after that chorus, it goes through just a really heavy bass part where the intro riff that the bass is going. So you've got a choice here to either go into that little riff or to go. Goes through that little run 4 times. At the end of it, it moves into this middle section. So a B minor to C. Then it goes G. A. That's where the guitar solo comes in. Now, it's a great guitar solo. It's a really distinctive, tricky to play guitar solo. So we're not going to go into it here, but if I get enough requests for it, I'll pull it down and do another tab for it. But that goes over your G major 7, a D major 7 to a G add 9 riff, like we've been doing most of the way through. Then we go into another chorus, which is a double chorus, and then back into another guitar solo, which does the same as the bass section before, where we're just going to. Then into another chorus. Once you get to that last section, it just does that and repeats until it kind of fades out. And there's another guitar solo over the top of that as well, but that takes you through to the end of the song. That's all there is to it. The rhythm is really key to getting this song sounding good, I think. So make sure you work on that and get it feeling nice and comfortable. Play it slowly to start with, and then you can kind of hook it into that really nice 12/8 groove. I'm going to show you how to do the harmonics bit that you heard at the start. And so just to finish up now, if you want to learn how to do the harmonics melody that I played at the start, it's just a little bit of fun. It's got nothing to do with the song actually, it's just copying the melody and playing them as natural harmonics on the guitar. Now your strongest natural harmonics on the guitar go across the 12th fret, the 7th fret, and the 5th fret, and we'll kind of be using most of those on different strings to make this melody up. To play a harmonic, you need to touch the string ever so lightly, exactly above the fret. So not just behind the fret like you would normally put your finger, but you put your finger on the string exactly directly above the fret. And you pluck the string and immediately take your finger away. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to reduce all the extraneous vibrations in the string, except for the purest of vibrations, which are at that point on the string. And what you're doing there is touching the string and lifting it off. Sorry, I should do it this way. As you're picking it. If you play it normally, it sounds like that. If you fret it, it sounds like that. So the actual harmonic note sounds like the fretted note, but it's a much more pure note than the fretted one. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's a very, very light touch, and it's more about timing than anything else. That's your 12th fret harmonics. They're all the same notes as the open string notes. There's your next set of harmonics on the 7th fret and your 5th fret. Now, if you want to see someone who is an absolute master of harmonics and false harmonics as well, and by false harmonics I mean ones that you actually can manipulate by moving up and down the neck to make exactly the right note that you want. By doing that, let's say you wanted a G sharp note, right? So you would fret that, but now instead of your harmonic being over the 12th fret, it's now 4 frets up from that, so it's on the 16th fret. So you would play your harmonic here, and the way you'll do that, because you're using your fretting hand already, place the tip of your first finger lightly over, directly over that 16th fret, and with your thumb, or your thumbnail if you can, you pick the string. And the same thing, you just lift that finger off as soon as you pluck the note. And that lets you play any pitch that you want as a harmonic. So the natural harmonics are the ones that occur naturally on the 5th, 7th and 12th frets, and also in their mirror positions. The 5th and the 7th fret have their mirrored positions the same distance away from the bridge. So if you go up the distance from your nut to your 5th fret and your bridge the same distance, your 5th fret harmonics will be around here, and then your 7th fret harmonics will be around here, and they'll meet at the 12th fret. The 12th fret is, of course, the exact midway point of your string. It's a little bit of physics there for you anyway, but 12th fret harmonics, 7th, 5th fret harmonics. Now, to play this melody, we're using, I've written out a tab, so download that if you need it, but we're playing 12 on the B string, going down to 7 on the B, back to 12, and then 7 on the D. So that's your basic melody there, and back to 12 on the B sometimes. So, welcome to your life. And you need to kind of just try and muffle any other strings that are wanting to ring in sympathetic vibration, and just hear the ones that you're playing. And then you do that again, but leave off the last note. Turning back, even while we sleep. So here's where we stray. That note, 12th fret E string, and then we go to 7th fret G string, and then back to 12 on the B, 7 on the D, over to 7 on the B, back to 7 on the D, and then the last bit, everybody wants to rule the, and then the last one you finish with a pair of notes if you can, or on the G and the B strings, 7th fret. So it's on your tab, play that very slowly and carefully, and it's not easy, it's kind of fiddly, but it's sort of fun to play, and it's something a little bit different. And it probably sounds a lot better than me trying to sing this song. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a great song by Tears for Fears, and if you've got any comments or questions, please let me know, because I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you here again soon.